Good afternoon and welcome everyone to Frontiers Health Live. It's 4 p.m. here in Central Europe. It's 10 p.m. in Singapore, 9 a.m. in New York City, and 6 a.m. in San Francisco. As you can tell, this is a global live event bringing together multiple continents, and this is happening live as we speak. Welcome to Frontiers Health Live Fight the Pandemic. The purpose of this event is to reflect on what the digital health ecosystem has come up with during these unprecedented pandemic times, and most of all, learn together from the experiences and understand what we can bring with us in the future, where we believe and hope digital health will be at the foundation of the future of healthcare. As said, this is a global live event. I'm connected here from a mixed reality stage. And of course, for the real part, this is grounded in reality, in a magic place. I want to show you through a short video where we are broadcasting from right now.
This is an ancient story of people. People caring for each other and who decided to shape the future together. It dates back to the 9th century in the city of Salerno on the Amalfi coast of Italy. A Greek pilgrim stopped and found shelter for the night under the arches of the ancient aqueduct. There was a thunderstorm and an Italian traveler wandered into the same place. He was hurt, and the Greek, at first suspicious, then approached and looked closely at the dressings that the other man had applied. Meanwhile, 2 other travelers, a Jew and an Arab, arrived. They also showed interest in the wound, and since all 4 were working in medicine, they decided to create a partnership and to give birth to a school where their knowledge could be collected and disseminated. The first organized medical learning center in the Western world, and a forerunner of today's modern universities, was born. Women here were also at the forefront of medicine, with local medical practitioner Trota of Salerno writing the first ever treatises on women's health. Her 12th century work became a seminal text and was distributed throughout Europe. From ancient health pioneers to today's health innovators, this building has gone full circle. And it's where we at Healthware are excited to open our new International Innovation Hub. Welcome to the Healthware Life Hub.
As many things had to change because of these unprecedented circumstances, also this magic place that you have just seen in the video, in waiting for welcoming you back for your sessions and physical events, has turned one entire floor into a virtual events production and control center, which you will see in a second. So we have here the ability to manage real-time social media, mixed reality, and handle any event in any location in the world. Of course, this facility is available to you all as you manage your strategies through virtual events. So as I was saying in the beginning, the purpose of all this is not just to celebrate the incredible reaction that the digital ecosystem provided through this emergency, but most of all to reflect on the learnings, the proof of concepts, the metrics that we gathered, and reason together on what we can bring forward, what the new normal will look like, what are the models that we can bring with us, how we can influence institutions and policymakers to embrace digital health as the foundation of the future of healthcare. We will be doing this through an amazing program, and let me take a few more seconds to thank you before even starting my amazing team that is able to pull this together in no time, literally, and all the friends and speakers from all over the world that jumped on this with an incredibly short notice and accommodating this for a global audience timing on a Friday afternoon or a Friday morning or Friday late evening in Asia. So let me walk you through the program. The program will be exactly timed so that we will have multiple audiences connecting for specific segments. And the event is also multicasted on a number of different platforms and websites. We will be starting with a segment about digital biomarkers as an invaluable strategy to gather signals and through that run very early detection and diagnosis. Then we will be hearing about how a global insurer has responded during the peak and is preparing for the new normal with digital health front and center. We will also be having discussion panels that will allow us to gather different perspectives and get ourselves ready for what's to come. The first one will be about investments, how investors are responding to this situation and how they plan to move forward. Then we will follow with a segment on symptom checking, triaging, and monitoring. These technologies have been proven essential in handling people at home, but we will learn how this will be applicable to complex chronic disease management as we will move forward. The following session will be a panel focusing on how the policy frameworks are accelerating and being lifted, and we hope and they should be kept in such a way to encourage and promote scaling up of the innovation that we learned during the emergency. We will have a little exercise break in this long program. This will happen in Central European time around 7:30 p.m. We'll get some gym so that we will be energized for the second part of the program, which will start with the segment on basically the sector that has been booming through the emergency, which is, of course, telehealth, and everything that is connected to the ability to remote interactions with patients. We will then follow with the last panel, which will bring together different communities and ecosystems from different parts of the world to discuss what the new role will be of those communities and ecosystems that so far have helped us to really forge the global digital health community. We will then come to the conclusions with the first segment on mental health support. Those kind of solutions will be very important both for physicians and patients to cope through this and also help us through the rest of the journey towards this new normal. And we will close with a segment that we decided to title Tele Everything to celebrate this concept of everything we can do in distance because of what we learned during the social distancing indeed, and what part of this we want to bring forward in the new normal. Let me also add that we have been working at Healthware over the past months to map all this that was happening, and we are really happy to share with you a map of all these companies that pivoted and also communities and ecosystems that pivoted as well. We will release officially this map also through a website on Monday. And of course, the companies that will be presenting today, the ecosystem leaders, are all featured in this map. And of course, there are many that couldn't fit the program of today, but we will conceive, based also on your feedbacks, multiple other editions in the next months to accommodate for this wealth of innovation that is coming to us.